Okay, so I like this. Okay, so I like this.
Peace, everybody. How we doing out there? Y'all already know what time it is. Bitcoin Block Bully coming to you once again. Wealthy rising, wealthy rising, wealthy rising to the multitude. How we feeling today? How we feeling today? We should be feeling good. I hope y'all feeling as good as I am right now. Let me get a heartbeat on y'all, man. Let me get a heartbeat on y'all. How y'all feeling? It's day one. First day of the last quarter of the year. It's day one right here. A lot of how you move forward from here on in is going to dictate how you end the year. So let me know how y'all trying to end the year, right? How y'all coming in October? How y'all coming in Q4? Let me know how y'all coming. Let me know how y'all coming and where you coming in from. We might as well get the roll call started. Let me know where you checking in from, family. Y'all already know I'm coming in from the Windy City, Chi-Town. Let me know how y'all coming today. Let me know how y'all coming today. We got Cary, North Carolina in the building. We got Atlanta in the building. We got Richmond, Virginia in the building. Hold on.
Okay, so I like this.
There we go. There we go. All right. Who else we got checking in the building? Who else we got checking in and tapping in the building?
Okay, so go crazy.
We got Canada in the building. What's going on? Cleveland in the building. Detroit in the building.
I like this.
What's going on? Greensboro, North Carolina is in the building. Peace. Brazy World, what's the word? What's the word? I missed you last Friday, man. We doing it again this Friday. Just so you know, we doing it again this Friday. Hold on, let me see. Let me see if I can actually find. Here we go. So yeah, we doing it again this Friday. For those that are in the Chicagoland area, if you want to come out and talk that crypto shit with me, come learn something, come build on something. Check in with me. It is the Morning Brew Coffee and Crypto with the Bitcoin Block Bully. It's something I'm going to try to do every single Friday, right? It's something I'm going to try to do every single Friday, all right? Something I'm going to try to do every Friday. In Chicago, of course. So if you're in the area, DM me or send an email, right? Send the email to Block Wall Street Work at proton.me if you want to come out and chop it up live with me. Oh, every Friday is what I'm trying to do. Every Friday, okay? Every Friday. That's what I'm trying to do. Let's get back to it. Hold on. Here we go. All right. Man, the market looking nice. The market looking hot, if I do say so myself. Bitcoin back above 117,000. Ethereum back above 4,300. Solana back above $220. But ADA seeing a nice run. AVAX back around the $30 mark. We're seeing a possibility of a reversal in the market. Right now, it's just a possibility. We got Cali in the building. We got Oakland, California in the building. Bay Area, stand up. Santa Rosa in the building. Peace. Clocking in from San Francisco, but moving to Chicago next week. Wow. Walaikum assalam. Barakatuh wa barakatuh. Catch you next Friday. Okay. No doubt. Coming back to the Chi. I love it. You from the Chi? Or you from San Francisco? You say you moving back to Chicago, so obviously you from Chicago. Good shit. Glad to have you back on the team, goddammit. Now, how are we all feeling today? Huh? How we all feeling today? Let me see. What am I looking for? Hold on. Here we go. I'll let this be. But anyway, let's get into it, man. We got a lot going on in the market today. We do have a lot going on in the market today. First off, I want to give a shout out to everybody that's tapping in right now. Whether you're coming in through YouTube, whether you're coming in through Instagram, whether you're coming into pump.fun. In fact, let me share that with the people so they can see we are streaming live and see how the Fib Bully coin is going right now. Right? Let's see how that Fib Bully coin is operating right now. Here we go. This Bully token. I mean, on a very beautiful trajectory. In fact, we're reaching all-time highs, exceeding all-time highs right now. And like I said, the creative fees that I received from individuals supporting and purchasing the Fib Bully token are going to go towards Thanksgiving and Christmas giveaways for 2025. So I appreciate any and all support that I get. Also, those that hold, right? Those that hold more than, what was it? I think it was 4.4 million tokens. It may have been 44 million. Start off with 4.4 million tokens. If you hold more than 4.4 million tokens, you are going to be able to get access to the Fib Bully Discord and, a little bit of exclusive information over there. You know what I'm saying? Something to keep you updated, something to keep you on top of everybody else. So I appreciate all the support that I'm getting from the communities out here. I think the link is in my bio. If it's not, reach out to it. God damn it. You can see, I mean, even with the rest of the market, this one's performing fairly well. Now, let's see what's going on today. What's going on in the big world of crypto. Let's see what really stands out. Let's see. What are we looking at? Computers, alternative assets, new scale, strategy stack. Nah, we cover strategy enough. What they be doing. We know he's buying a shit ton of Bitcoin. We know that. Right? Did October just start? Let's see. This may be interesting. Did Bitcoin's October just start? Analysts say. Let's get into this article and see what they're really talking about. Right? Into this article and really see what they're talking about. Before we start it, by show of hands out there, how many of y'all bought the bit? By show of hands out there, how many of y'all bought the most recent bit? Show of hands. How many bought the most recent bit? I just want to know. I really want to see who's standing out. Right? How many of y'all bought the most recent dip? Huh? You gotta let me know how many of y'all captured. That's what we're looking for. So now let's get into it though. It says market analysis Several metrics suggested that Bitcoin's massive upward move was about to begin after BTC price closed September in green. Bitcoin whipsawed through September, but managed to close the month 5% higher at 114% on Tuesday. Several key indicators now suggest that the recent recovery from 108,000 could signal a big move ahead. The stablecoin supply ratio, or the SSR, which measures the buying power of stablecoins relative to Bitcoin, has declined, with its relative strength index reaching its lowest in 4 months. The Bitcoin SSR MSI is at 21 and is a buy territory, said on-chain data provider Crypto Coin, in part to an expert on Thursday. The last time the RSI was around the level coincided with BTC price bottoming below 75,000 ahead of the 67% rally to the current all-time highs at 124,500. A lower SSR suggests that there is more stablecoin buying power. This is reinforced by the ever-expanding stablecoin supply, which signals increased liquidity and investor confidence. For example, the Tether USDT market capitalization has been on a consistent climb, with over 10 billion, pay attention now, 10 billion United States dollar tokens minted in the last 6 days. You do know what they do with a lot of their money, right? This is a clear sign of fresh liquidity entering the next $10 billion. This is a clear sign of fresh liquidity entering the market. Additionally, Bitcoin long-term holders continue to grow their stash with accumulating addresses, now holding a record 298,000 Bitcoin. This trend suggests they are optimistic about Bitcoin's potential to continue rising. These signals could shape Bitcoin's next move, said CryptoCoin. As Cointelegraph reported, several on-chain and technical indicators suggest that last week's drop to 108,650 may have marked the local bottom for Bitcoin. Analytics platform SwiftBlock also said that the crypto market is resetting based on its aggregated impulse, which measures the exponential price structure across the top 350 assets. The metric has dropped to 20% from over 100% a few weeks ago. At that exact point, the impulse signal collapses to zero. That's the moment panic exhausts, new buyers step in. SwissBlock highlighted that this reset has only occurred 3 times in early 2024, with each instance marking a cycle bottom, followed by a sustained recovery in Bitcoin price. Bitcoin extended its streak of positive average returns in September, which has historically been known as its worst month for a rep token. September delivers the lowest monthly returns for Bitcoin, which now averages about negative streak across 13 years from 2013 till now. However, Tuesday's close above 113,000 marked a rare market in September, a scenario that has historically been followed by massive gains in Q4. Today's the first day of Q4. How you coming? You coming strong? Huh? How you coming? Who's out there? Who out there actually writes down plans moving forward? Month by month or into the next year. Like who's out there? Who's really planning? Who's sitting back trying to actually come up with a master plan? Right? To be honest with you, I'll spend damn near 99% of my time researching and working. Right? I may get a 1% time of leisure to myself, but the majority of that time I'm trying to come up with a master plan. That's why my mind is moving the way it does on so much shit. Like right now, I think I'm working on 4 different a guidebook. I'm working on 3 new entities, right? And the new entities I'm working on are from Chicago specifically right now, right? For those of you who want to try to make a change in the city, or for those of you that are willing to support change to the city, right? If you're not in the city, you want to support change to the city from a more community-based, blockchain-based perspective, reach out to us. I'm putting something together for the city. Something that can actually ripple outside of Chicago into other cities. You know what I'm saying? I really want to tap into cities across the nation. So if y'all really want to make this connection, this global network, and really get it popping for us and change our outcome in the next 5 to 10 years, reach out to me. There's a lot that can be done. There's a lot that's going to be done. Right? There's a lot that's going to be done. Okay? So reach out. Reach out. Anyway, where do we leave off? It goes on to say, moreover, the period between October and December is the best quarter for Bitcoin price rallies with average gains of 78%. Looking at the recent Q4s, Bitcoin rallied about 48% in 24, 57% in 23, and an exponential gain of 408% in 2013. If history is anything to go by, BTC price could see its most significant gains of the current bull cycle over the next 3 months. How many of you are bullish between now and December? Show of hands. By show of hands. Let me see. Let me see how many of you have a positive outlook for the rest of this year. By show of hands. How many of you are not in the position that you want to be in right now? Right? How many of you are not in the position that you want to be in right now and think you could be in a better position and have the ability to kind of span it out in 3 and 4 year increments, right? It seems like a long time, but you'll be surprised how fast 4 years goes by, right? You'll be surprised. Moving right along. Let's check in with AI and see what they have to say about the current market conditions. Will Bitcoin reach new highs in October? We asked ChatGPT and Grok. How many of y'all out there been talking to y'all AI on the regular, asking it questions and huh? How many of y'all really be, conversating with your AI, moving around, talking to it like it's another person? You'll be surprised the type of conversation. And you know what it kind of does? Even though it's kind of weird and scary in a way because it's a new world that we're living in. But when you look at it from an aspect of it's a lot of individuals that are in this space, they don't have a lot of people that are in this space, if you know what I mean. So it leaves them mentally lacking productive conversation within their immediate space. Being able to utilize these AIs and talk to, you'll be surprised the type of conversations that you have that will benefit you. You know, swapping that information back and forth. And remember, the more you feed it, the more it's gonna learn. You get what I'm saying? Heck, Tony from Chicago said, "Drop my partner in there." Yeah, yeah. Might be on your end, but it's hard to hear the question. Hey, how's my audio coming through, y'all? I didn't check the audio before we got started. Please let me know how my audio is coming through. Please let me know how my audio is coming before we get the story started. Let me know how my audio is sounding. Are we clear enough? Please let me know if we are clear. I was using I was actually using two of them on one. I was using Grok and ChatGPT, but for the most part, I was using ChatGPT. Not super clear. Okay, hold on. Let me check something. Let me check something, y'all. I think I know what it might be. Hold on. Let me check something. Let me check something on my audio side. Hold on. There we there we go. Let me know. Let me know if there's been a change in the audio, y'all. I do apologize. I had it set on the wrong settings. Let me know if y'all can hear me now. Let me know if there's been any change. Okay, that's better. Let me know if that's better. Audio perfect. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I actually had it on the wrong setting. So I do apologize for that. I did have it on the wrong. Now we should be clear. Okay, yeah, there we go. Yeah, I had it on the. My apologies, y'all. It wasn't even coming through the mic. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't even coming through the mic. That was a problem. That was the problem. So I apologize for that. I apologize for that. But let's get into the story though. Chat GPT is bullish on Bitcoin's price in October, highlighting the token's strong seasonal record. Meanwhile, Grok has a more skeptical and warned that breaking records require significant capital inflows. Bitcoin is holding above key support at 109,000 and trading around 112. Well, we're at 117 now. But it goes on to say Bitcoin, the world's largest cryptocurrency, is once again at the center of market speculation
as traders debate whether October could deliver new all-time highs. With Bitcoin holding steady above 110,000 and testing resistance near 115,000, optimism is being fueled by institutional accumulation and its strong historical performance during October. The big question remains: could Bitcoin realistically surpass its previous record and set fresh highs before the end of October? We asked ChatGPT and Grok to find out. ChatGPT struck an upbeat tone, citing both structural and seasonal factors. October has historically been one of Bitcoin's strongest months, dubbed October by traders, it said. The AI argued that Bitcoin's unique position as both a hedge and a speculative asset sets it apart from other cryptocurrencies. Unlike smaller tokens that rise and fall with hype, Bitcoin benefits from deep liquidity, global recognition, and regulatory clarity through ETF adoption, and noted. When asked directly whether new highs were possible this month, ChatGPT was cautiously bullish. With market structure tightening, demand at record levels, and October's bullish history, I believe Bitcoin would not only retest its all-time high, but it has a strong chance of setting a new one before the month ends. That's ChatGPT. Now, Grok's view. Grok, however, was more cautious. Every cycle brings October hype, it said. The chatbot highlighted structural challenges. Breaking all-time highs require not just optimism, but massive capital inflows, it explained. The CCN's market check, Bitcoin is currently, no, it's not. It's at 117,000 after a blistering run. Okay, on Monday, Kahari noted that if Bitcoin held above 109,000, it would strengthen the case for another leg higher. Ultimately, Tahari concluded, October's prediction is bullish, since Bitcoin will likely regain its footing even if a short-term decline occurs. Despite ChatGPT and Grok's predictions, traders will continue to watch October closely, but whether Bitcoin delivers new highs will depend on various factors. Okay? Now let me ask you this. How many of you are paying attention to the everyday up and down? And how many of you have that outlook that future understanding that it's not about today and tomorrow? It's about the next 3 to 4 years, 5 to 10 years, 50 to 100 years. How many of you are actually thinking about this space and thinking about when you're long gone as it relates to cryptocurrency? And how many of you are thinking about what you can buy with it? I think that's what kind of divides us up. You know what I mean? I think that's kind of what divides us up. Those that are here for the now and those that are here in the now but for the future. It's a difference. It's a difference. Right? Everybody ain't here for the future. I pay attention but don't know how to move. Our kids would use it. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. This is definitely for the kids. Definitely for the kids. You know? Next 10, 20. Okay. I see some people with some. So now with that mindset, right? With that mindset, you gotta think what we're gonna be doing in those times to prepare yourself now, especially financially speaking. Y'all gotta start understanding this new set of financial tools that are right in front of us, under our nose, at our fingertips. In fact, more so to that point, the next story. Falling rates could ignite a new DeFi summer, says Aave founder. You already know what Aave is to me. In my humble opinion, that is the JP Morgan of the space. That is one of the biggest banking institutions within this new money matrix, this new financial system that we call decentralized finance. Right? This is the top of the top, creme of the creme de la creme. Right? How many? By a show of hands, how many of you were here for last DeFi summer? Miss Farasha, what's going on, Queen? Wealthy Rising. Peace, peace, peace. It is now for the future. Emotional stability is much easier when looking at it. Hey, that's good. Emotional stability is easier when looking at it long term. Because let's just say you didn't, you already have a lot of money, and you're like, man, I heard it's going to go up. Let me put the money that I have to spend in 2 days into the market and see if I can make some money. And then it goes down for those 2 days, right? So you panic and you sell, right? Not only did you make the first mistake of putting money in there that you needed within the next couple of days, right? Not only did you do that mistake, right? You also threw it out at the first sign of trouble. You know, that's why I try to teach now, not from a trading aspect like I used to in 2017, 2018, 2019. It's more so from a long-term investment standpoint now, is how I teach. From a more so sovereign self-banking aspect now, is how I try to communicate. I'll leave all that trading there. Look, I'm not trying to trade Bitcoin. I'm trying to accumulate Bitcoin. You get what I mean? Razor World said I onboarded like 5 folks on Zora, all of which were my age or lower. Big salute. Big salute. Good shit. Bringing people on. Man, tell them come to the pull up on the coffee and crypto. Morning brew. Like I said, if you're in Chicago, come tap in this Friday. I'm going to try to make it every Friday. All right? Try to make it every Friday. Okay? Now, Aave founder Stany Kolichov said interest rates cuts from central banks are bullish. There we go. For earning yields in DeFi. Kolichov predicted that tokenized assets will play a bigger role in the future of DeFi with loosening regulation. The founder and CEO of the DeFi lender Aave, up 6.26% on the day, said that low interest rates will set grounds for DeFi to prosper. Let's take a look real quick. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see how Aave's looking today. Exactly. Trade other coins and side hustles to accumulate Bitcoin. It's like I tell y'all all the time. Everything, every other currency is an investment to me. Bitcoin is a long-term savings account technology. Everything else is an investment. Ethereum, Solana, XR. This is my opinion, though. This is my opinion. This is not what I want everybody else to feel like. This is my opinion. I was here when ETH was 900. It's 4,100. I'm looking like a fool. No, not really. Because you're here right now where I was 40, 41, 4,300. And you're going to look back when it's 10,000, 12,000, 15,000, 20,000. And if you haven't bought it yet, you're going to feel that way. Right? I've been teaching since Ethereum was $80. You hear me? I've been teaching, going live, sharing information since Ethereum was $80. There's no reason people haven't made $1 million off of me and what I do. No reason. No reason. Once again, $80. What's a good platform to accumulate and collect from? It depends on how deep your skill levels are. But if you're not really that deep in the trenches, I mean, you can use something like Coinbase or Uphold. I wouldn't even direct you to like the DeFi sector if you're not ready yet. You know. You know. Anyways, we want to take a look at Aave, the leading bank. Let's take a look. Hold on. Hold on. There we go. Let's take a look at Aave real quick. This is on the daily. All right, we can do it on the daily. We can do this on the daily. Let's see. What I want to look at is really just the closes, though. I want to look at all the hype. I want to see. I don't want to see the noise. I just want to see what's really going on. Hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna fix it in 1 second. In fact, we can leave it a little colored. There we go. All right, so we're past our first obstacle, $283. Now, this is how I look at this. This is not. These are just my opinions in the way that I'd like to mark up my charts. As long as on a 24-hour basis, every 24 hours, as long as we're trading above $283, My outlook is that we have the ability to move somewhere between $300 and $320. Now, upon breaking through, hold on, where you at? Once we're able to break through this level right here, right? Hold on. Here we go. Once we're able to break through what I like to call the golden pocket, oh no, what is called the golden pocket, I don't like to call it, that's what it's called. Once we're able to take out this golden pocket right here, right? This is Aave. This is Aave. I'm giving y'all a blueprint. I'm giving y'all my blueprint. Hold on. Nobody else is mine. Okay? My blueprint. First obstacle, get through here. Take out top. If you're able to take out top, you move to previous high. That's 350. So get above $325, opens up the door for 350. Above 350, what does that do? That opens up the door for the next three targets: $384, $398, $418. None of this matters if we can't get through this golden box. So before you get to talking about $400 Aave, $350 Aave first has to trade above $320. And before we get there, for those that will like, okay, well, how does that help me? Well, the way that I'm looking at it is as long as Aave is trading above, and I'll give it a psychological $280, I will be a buyer of Aave, trying to buy it at its lowest prices before it hikes up to them bigger prices. Because that's where going to be the majority of people buying. Hmm? You get it? Make sure everything's coming through. Make sure everything's coming through clearly. Hold on, give me 1 second. All right, I just wanted to make sure that everything's being seen on Instagram. Okay, I know it is a lag. Whew, there we go. I don't know how niggas keep them masks on for long, boy. That shit smothering me. Projects are taking the macro strategy approach to NFTs. I know. Hey, I've seen that. Some of them are buying up punks. They're buying up the crypto punks. They're buying up the Bored Ape yacht clubs. I'm seeing them. I'm seeing them coming from Chicago. There's a lot going on in the space that people aren't really paying attention to as much as they should. Right? They're not paying attention, in my humble opinion, as much as they should. So now, getting into the second story, we're gonna talk about. Hold on. There we go. Again, Aave, the founder of Aave, right? I think every single rate cut by a central bank, whether it's by the Fed or ECB, is basically additional arbitrage with those DeFi yields. Kolochov said during a discussion at Singapore's Token 2049 event on 2049. What year are we in right now? 2025. They're already looking at the next 25 years. You get what I mean? 24 years, however you want to look at it. The Aave founder said this will set the stage for access to really compelling yield, offering a huge financial opportunity to participants regardless of region. Last month, the U.S. Federal Reserve announced a 25 basis point interest rate cut to change between 4% and 4.25% by a vote of 11.1%. The Fed signaled two more rate cuts by the end of 2025, with President Trump pushing for further reductions in borrowing costs. The U.S. saw near zero interest rates in the years following 2020 as the Fed responded to COVID-19 impact. Kolovov said this is when the first adopters in DeFi led DeFi summer, when its total value lock skyrocketed from under 1 billion to 10 billion in a matter of months. So now we built this really amazing DeFi infrastructure, and we're going to go to a phase where DeFi actually can be embedded into the broader financial and fintech system and distribute yields. Meanwhile, Kolochov predicted predicted that assets will play a more significant role in the future of DeFi. As regulation around tokenization loosens further in the future, Aave has seen a significant growth in 2025, with its total value locked rising more than double. That means people have deposited more than double the amount that it was into Aave as deposits. Think of a bank. They just doubled the amount of depositors or depositing capital as a decentralized bank. And it went from around 21 billion. Think about this now. When I talk about these numbers, y'all got to understand, for every dollar we talk about in this space, that's a dollar out of the financial system. That's a dollar out of the original banking system, the traditional banking system. This is a dollar that JP Morgan does not have. This is a dollar that Fidelity does not have. This is a dollar that SunTrust Bank does not have. They went from 21 billion to 43.4 billion today. So $43.4 billion are no longer in the traditional financial system. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? It looks like an exodus to me. It looks like it's an exodus being going on, right? You use the same Calendly links, Jody Pope. You use the exact same Calendly links. The same links you've always used to set up a consultation on Calendly. I'm ready to go all in, getting the mentorship this week. Hey, I appreciate it. Hey, come on. Now's a better time than never. Now's a better time than never. Right? For those that need any type of assistance. In fact, you know what? I forgot about this. Hey, look, if you ever wanted to support me, what I do, because always remember, ain't none of this shit monetized. YouTube ain't monetized. Instagram ain't monetized. Ain't none of the content that I create for y'all monetized. The shit's for free. So I'm not getting paid to go live. If you do want to support me, you can go to buy me a crypto. Excuse me, I was about to say buy me a crypto. You can buy me a crypto, but buymeacoffee.com/Block Wall Street. I'm gonna drop this in the chat. Okay. For those that have ever wanted to support me, people like, man, how can we support? Well, this is how you can support now. I appreciate any and all donations that I may receive. And all I'm asking is for you to buy me some coffee. Esther and XPL, what do you think of this? I don't think shit of it. They're brand new tokens that just came out, a couple of days, weeks, months ago. This is the thing I got to understand. This is what I want anybody that's new to the space to understand, right? If you're just going to go along with the hype, you're going to get hype results, right? I'm more so looking at blue chip projects. Do I invest in newer projects? Yeah. But I really don't chase after the ones that everybody in the space is talking about. And anybody that's been following me for the past 8-9 years can tell you that, right? What every content creator is talking about is normally not what I'm talking about. That's just me. Now, do I like Aster and Plasma? Yeah. But would I direct my community to go the direction that 90% of everybody else is directing their community in? No. Everybody going to the right, we're going to go left. Because there's some more shit over here on the left-hand side that y'all not looking at. You get what I'm saying? So everybody looking over there at the right at what's coming out. I'm like, yeah, but you know what? You got this, and this over here. And that's the way that I like to rock. I like to be different. I don't like to go with the herd. I don't like to go with the crowd. Right? Anyways, if anybody needs any type of assistance in the space, you can visit blockwallstreet.io. Set up one-on-ones. Set up a mentorship. You can get subscriptions. In fact, it's the first of the month. I'm putting 2 new classes in my FinFlix tab. Family, if you don't know, I've created, and I really need to go trademark all this shit, but I created a monthly subscription called FinFlix, like Netflix, but it's financial flicks. It allows you to view my top classes, probably about 30 some odd, about 35. It's going to be going on 40 for the month of October, almost 40 classes that you're able to view for $100 a month at your leisure, 24 hours a day, whenever you want to, right? Now, if you're a New Money Matrix Family Discord member, you get a discount on that monthly subscription, right? So if you're already a Discord member, you get this for under $100. If you're not a Discord member and want to be a Discord member, all you got to do is reach out. But I almost forgot, we got the FinFlix subscription. Oh, we also have merch. We got the merch. You know, support my daughter. She has these Bitcoin wealth bracelets right here. Very nice. Very nice. And what's going on my website? Hold on. There we go. There we go. So very, very, very beautiful Bitcoin abundance bracelets. All right. These are available. These are available. Support my daughter. She made these by hand. Right. I forgot the stones, citrine, and I think obsidian is what she made them with, if I'm not mistaken. Also, if you're coming out this Friday, you can purchase it early, or you can get it when you get there, because I will have some on hand. Get you a coffee and crypto and let them know it's fuck fiat buy Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? Let them know when you come out to drink, it's coffee and crypto. But at the same time, when we draw the line in the sand, it's fuck fiat buy Bitcoin. All right, those are available. Also, we have the monthly newsletter that's going out this week as well. No, weekly newsletter. Weekly newsletter. My apologies. Monthly subscription for a weekly newsletter where I'm gonna keep those that still like to scroll through and read. I'm gonna keep you updated on what's to come. All right, so all that is available. All that is coming. Now, what else is going crazy right now? Silver nears record in hockey stick rally, and gold approaches $4,000 an ounce. God damn, what a time to be alive for those of you out there that understand the asset arm. For those of you that understand the investment move. I've been sharing. When did I first start going live about silver? Silver was probably $15 to maybe $17 when I first started sharing my interest and showing individuals how to invest in silver, where to buy silver, why they should buy silver, right? Have you seen the price of silver? Hmm? Hold on. I don't know why I'm not logged in here. Hold on. Let's take a look. Here we go. Golly, this is silver on a monthly basis. Man, platinum. What's platinum doing? Decent, went from 14 to 16. Palladium, I don't think anything has a rise like silver though. No, you know what? Gold. I think gold's got a historic rise like that, right? So right now it's $124,325 a kilogram, $3,866 an ounce. Silver is $1,520 a kilogram, $47.30 an ounce. We're living in some crazy times, y'all. If you have not been paying attention, I mean, times that are beneficial though. Times that are very beneficial for the individual that's able to capture and understand what's going on right in front of them. Do you know how it feels to sit back and by a show of hands, how many of y'all actually know what it feels like to sit back and make money by doing nothing at all? It's like, think of it like this, right? Think of playing a chess game. This is what I want you to visualize when it comes to investing and making your money work for you. Think of a chess table. Think of you moving pawns up, right? As you move each one, it has the ability to raise your bank account or lower your bank account, right? But what all you're doing is moving a piece. So imagine you move this piece one day and your bank account goes from $1,000 to $1,500, but you didn't do shit. All you did was move a piece. You didn't do shit. All you did was move a piece. And then the next day it goes down to 13, and the next day up to 16, right? Now your bank account is alive, right? It's about having electrical money, for lack of a better term, right? If your net worth, and this wealthy people can attest to this, when they be like, oh, somebody's net worth is your net worth is never the same, especially when your assets are in the market, when your capital is in the market, your net worth is never going to be the same. You have to have a live net worth of money, right? What you're worth should not be a stagnant, oh, I'm worth $1 million. And And tomorrow, what are you worth? $1 million. Next day, what are you worth? $1 million. You're doing something wrong. You're doing something wrong. Right? Anyways, it's not just gold notching a strong quarter as a potential government shutdown looms. Silver is up 27% over the past 3 months. Jesus. Versus gold, God, versus gold's more than 15% rise and roughly 58% year to date compared with the yellow metal's 45%. On Tuesday, gold futures held near record highs above $3,875 an ounce, while silver futures traded around $46. The metal was within striking distance of its closing high, 48,070, just north of $150 in today's dollars, set in January 1980. That was during a famed silver squeeze when the famous Hunt brothers tried to conquer the market. Silver is a fundamental deficit with demand and outstripping supply. Sprott Asset Management Senior Portfolio Manager Sri Kargarkar told Yahoo Finance. This development is being picked up by investors who are adding to their holdings through ETFs, as well as physical silver. Family, if anybody needs physical silver, I'm beating spot price, right? What you're able to buy physical silver for, I'm going to beat that because I'm ready to offload. I'm ready to start offloading and selling some of my silver pieces. So if you never had silver, want to get your hands on some silver, want to get it at a discount, use crypto, get even more of a discount, reach out to me. Reach out to me. Okay? Currency is a flow similar to your credit score. Correct. Correct. Fiat is dying right in front of us. Man, it's sad. It's sad. What are your thoughts on token 2049? Nothing. I haven't done any research on token 2049. So I have no thoughts. Where do we leave off at? Sprott remains bullish on metal, highlighting its industrial demand across sectors from electronic to medical applications. Silver's hockey stick rally comes as gold has dominated the spotlight this year, driven by expectations of Federal Reserve easing and robust foreign central bank demand, with holdings recently surpassing U.S. Treasuries for the first time since 1996. On Monday, Goldman Sachs analysis pointed to their bullishness on gold amid a Goldilocks regime, not too hot, not too cold, in other words, for the broader market. The analysts expect gold to reach $4,000 by mid 2026. We can see $4,000 within the next couple months. The way the market's moving, I mean that's they're being standoffish with it, but the way gold's moving, I see more 5,000 in mid 2026. Earlier this month, analysts at the firm said gold was their highest conviction of long recommendation, outlining an upside scenario of 5,000 by the end of next year amid rising concerns over Federal Reserve independence, as President Trump aims to place dovish governors at the central bank. Along with silver, precious metals, palladium, and platinum have rallied 44.79% respectively in 2025 amid a greater greenback trend. The US dollar index is down about 10% year to date, making commodities priced in dollars cheaper for buyers using other currencies. Barclays head of global asset allocation, Nikola Vasilijevic, recently noted that precious metals have historically been standout winners during periods of dollar weakness. Data shows that this asset class has delivered real annualized returns of around 15% on average, and this has become they act as a direct hedge, being a traditional store of value. How many people? How many of my followers out there? How many of my students out there? Where my gold back holders at? Where are my? Because people are, oh, well, gold, you're paying a premium and it's dumb, and it's like, okay, well, we've doubled our money with these gold backs. Like, what are you talking about? How much are these gold backs worth today? $7.84. Go back and watch my videos. Go back and look at my posts. See how these gold backs is moving. I'm trying to bring us back on the gold standard. Do y'all? I want y'all to just think for a second. Do you know? And it can start with just a small community. I just need I need a small amount of y'all. We can test this. Keep everything in gold. I do a service for gold. You sell me goods for gold. right? Within our community, right? That way the gold stays circulating within our community. We don't really have to sell it outside of the community. But the way to do this is that you do it with money that you would be able to save, not with the money you have to pay the bills with. So if you're selling goods and services, of course you don't want to sell all your goods and services for gold, but maybe 5% of it. 5%. That means you can accept 5%, right? And as we're doing that and keeping it within the community, keeping it within the tight knit range of us, as the value of gold appreciates, so does the value of those holding it within their circles. Y'all understand what we have the ability to do with this new money matrix, flipped with the old money matrix? Sometimes I think I be talking to the wall. All is well, though. I know I'm not. Yep, 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 yep. What time is it? Yep, going on 10:30, y'all. I appreciate everybody that was able to tap in, tune in for the early Roger show of Coffee and Crypto. I hope I brought some good information to you. Um, if you need any assistance, reach out. It's the first of the month. If you haven't subscribed to the newsletter, subscribe to the newsletter. If you haven't joined the Discord, by the way, the Block Wall Street Discord is free. I don't know why you haven't joined it yet. Block Wall Street Discord is free. You can just join it. You want to be part of the new Money Matrix Discord and take a step up? Reach out. Don't forget you got FinFlix. Is it more important to get gold backs or gold coins? In my humble opinion, gold backs, if I am getting gold coins, I'm only getting them in my trust because they're hard to be divisible. That's my opinion. So I do hold silver coins, gold coins, and gold backs. Okay? I hold all three. Thank you for the question. Check your DM too, Queen. Now, with that being said, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here. I appreciate everybody that was able to tune in for the Early Roger Show of Coffee and Crypto with the Big Bitcoin Block Bully. Until the next one, peace, power, and prosperity, family. I am out of here.